Are you over 50 like myself, and you're at this stage in your life that you're trying to figure out what you're going to do next? Well, I'm actually 63 years old and I'm still working. I actually sell beauty supplies to salons, and I travel, most days of the week from Tuesday through Friday. And, in my mind, I'm always thinking about what is next for me. And I don't know if you've ever thought about, possibly creating a YouTube channel and doing videos. And if you haven't, let me tell you my story of why I started and why it's important for you to think about doing your own YouTube channel. So, just to give you an idea, I started my YouTube channel back in 2012 because I needed to have a place to host my videos for, my product reviews, my classes, hair shows, things like that. And YouTube was a free place to host the videos and to show them to my clients. And most of those years, practically all of those years, I was basically the guy behind the camera. I wasn't the guy in front of the camera. And just to give you a little bit of an idea of, the type of person you're talking to right now or listening to, I grew up as an introvert. In fact, when I was in high school, I was the kid with the books in my face or my face in my book. And as I would be waiting at the bus stop, waiting for the bus to come, rather than talking to my peers, I would be reading. And the reason why I was reading is because I was just too insecure to talk to anybody. In fact, when I was a few years younger than that, before high school, I was teased a lot, whether it was by my family or, some of the local girls would tease me, and they actually made me scared of talking to girls. And how ironic, years later, I'm actually selling to girls, selling to women about beauty supplies. And that was all unplanned. I never set out to do any of that. I never set out to sell beauty supplies or even to be a salesperson. Now, I did go to college. That's my alarm at home. But I did go to college, and one of the courses that I took, when I decided that I needed to learn business, I took, business courses. And one of those courses was professional selling. Now, we're talking back in the late 80s. Like I would say this was like 87, 88. The internet wasn't really a thing. We were still using dot matrix printers, if you even know what that is. If you're about my age, you know what I'm talking about. But, we actually filmed ourselves making presentations, and this was with the old big VHS camcorders that you had to lug around. And I remember asking my teacher. Now, keep in mind, all of those kids in there were very outgoing people. They were the traditional salesperson type that you would think that would be good at sales. And I was one of the few introverts. And I even asked my instructor, Dr. Boatwright. He was a cool guy. And he said, yeah, I think you could be good at sales. It wouldn't be a sales job where you got to make a lot of cold calls and open up huge accounts. But, pretty much he kind of gave me the idea that the type of job I'm doing now is probably what I'm going to be best suited for. And little did I know I would fall into this job by accident. And as it turned out, I've been doing this for over 30 years and I've been fairly successful at it. I was one of the top reps or the top rep at one time, and I'm still one of the top reps with my current company, although it's not that important to me anymore. I do want to do as best I can, but I'm looking at things where I want to spend more quality time with customers that want to do business with me at this point in my life. And our industry has changed so much. I don't know exactly how much longer the infield reps are going to be even valued by people or by stylists or salons. But I'm going to continue to do it as long as it continues to be worthwhile. Or, maybe there will come a day where I won't really enjoy it anymore. So, in the last couple of years, I've been thinking about, what am I going to do when I get to that age where I might want to retire? Or what about doing something in addition to my regular job? And so as I was doing YouTube all of these years, and in the last couple of years, doing different things with my YouTube channel, I really got onto the shorts, and the shorts actually helped my channel explode as far as subscribers. Now, I don't know whether or not those subscribers are going to be really good subscribers, because they say shorts really doesn't really give you good quality subscribers, because they're maybe interested in that little 7-second video and they'll hit subscribe. I'm hoping that most of the people that had subscribed to my channel really enjoy my content, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like longer form content is best, is because they are going to be more in tune with what I'm talking about. And I recently started talking about other subjects outside of hair, even though most of the gurus tell you not to do that. But I'm seeing some success with it. Now, I just posted a video today talking about YouTube, and it didn't really take off right away, but who knows? It could take off, in days, weeks, or months. You never know. And I don't really do these videos in hopes of making a video go viral, because I know that's very less likely to happen in these days and times. I did have quite a few video shorts go viral, and I've got one that's over 17 million, but that's not the kind of videos that I want to make anymore. So I really haven't been posting any shorts. If I do post one, it's going to be rare that I do that. And most of the people out there are saying it's best to stick to one type of format. Stick to long form if you want your channel to grow and get really good quality subscribers. And based on my video that I just did on my car buying experience, I got a lot of engaged people on that. Over 100, hundreds of comments, which most of my other videos you don't really get as many. Although these shorts, that short that did go viral, I got a lot. But when you're not the person doing the hair, it's kind of hard to answer questions, and it seems like the same questions keep coming up over and over again. What product is this? Even though we clearly laid out what the product was in the video, they still ask that same question. But I got a lot of good engaged feedback from people on my car buying experience, and I really appreciate those people. And it just seems like it's more of a community, and it's more enjoyable. So I started doing that. And my point with this is that if you ever thought about doing something else, like maybe a side gig or just something else to help supplement your income, I would highly, highly recommend you start a YouTube channel. And I know you're probably saying, I have no interest in it. I'm very uncomfortable talking to a camera. But basically what I'm doing is, I've got this Osmos Pocket 3 camera. It's got a little eyeball, and I'm just looking at that like it's a real person. And I'm talking to you as if you're on the other end talking back to me or listening to me. So I would tell you, if a hardcore introvert, I don't know by hardcore, but as an introvert when I was growing up, that, if you asked my mom if I would ever be doing anything like this, she would say, there's no way I ever thought my Richard would be doing videos or even be in sales. She still doesn't believe that I do sales today. But one thing I would tell you that this will help you with, when you start talking to the camera, and just talk about things that you're interested in. Don't try to do things that you have no interest in whatsoever, because you might make a few videos of that, and then the interest will go away, and then you'll be stuck. You won't even know what to make, what kind of subjects or ideas to make videos on. And I'm going to be trying to upload videos daily if I can. Now, it's hard to do this when I'm on the road And when I need to upload a video, when I'm at like a Panera's, my office, when I'm not at home, the upload speeds are terrible. So there's just no way to upload a video that way. So I'm going to have to do all the uploading at home and probably schedule these, further out. But I would highly recommend you take the time to at least attempt to do YouTube. You never know. You may be that star that's just waiting. And if you're asking like, what would I do videos on? There's so many different things you can do. I mean, just scroll around on YouTube and just see all the different people that are out there. Like YouTube right now is showing me videos of people that have no clue. Some of them have very, very low subscribers, and they're new people. And some of them are experienced people. Some people like our age or older, their channels are blowing up. Let me give you an example. There's this older woman, I want to say she's in her 60s. When I say older, she's in my age range, but she's somewhere in her 60s. And her husband were retired, and they just started putting a camera in the kitchen because she likes to cook and create different meals. And she just started talking to the camera while she was cooking. And her channel blew up, and I think she's got some kind of book deal. She's got over 1 million subscribers. I mean, that was like one of the biggest winners that I've heard of lately. And there's others like it. There's other people that, here's another example. If you like gardening, I've known people just set up a camera like their phone. You could just use your phone. You don't need this fancy camera, but you can start with just your phone. And that's what I started with when I was doing my videos on location. And use your phone to just start recording, just start talking. Actually, there's people that will set their phone up, filming them doing gardening or doing yard work or some kind of project on the house, and they don't say a single word. They just let it go. And some people will just set it to go live, where it's all live, and people will just sit there and watch people do gardening or do whatever thing that they're doing. Mechanics. There's people that actually like to work on cars. Those things blow up. Woodworking, even home crafts, sewing. I mean, there's all kinds of different things. Art, you name it. If there's something out there that you like to do or you have an interest in, even if you don't know that thing, just look it up on YouTube. I guarantee you somebody's made a video. And just because other people have made videos on that thing, don't think that they won't watch yours. There's no such thing as it being too crowded. I mean, I know there's like millions of videos on YouTube, and you don't think there's a chance that anybody's going to watch you. But you've just got to give YouTube time to find you, to find out what kind of videos you make, and give the algorithm time to find that audience out there. And they'll put your videos in front of people. And you just got to remember, you want to focus on trying to come up with good titles. And you can use ChatGPT or other AI software to help you come up with ideas for titles. And then create really good thumbnails. And there's videos out there on how to make a great thumbnail. You just want to don't really tell them everything on the thumbnail what you're going to do. Just kind of give them like a tease. The text should be no longer than 3 or 4 words or something like that. And it's best to have your face in there, because people like to see reality. And one thing that you're seeing from me now is this video is not going to be edited. All right, I'm going to cut the beginning and the end, and that's about it. I'm not going to do any kind of heavy edits. I'm not going to put B-roll or any other thing in this video. I want to make videos like on the fly. And it seems like, I'm hearing more and more people do these sort of videos, and they're having great success. Now, just keep in mind, be patient. It could take several videos before your videos start taking off. It could take 100 videos. Just know that you're just one step away from your videos exploding. And it only takes really one good video to take off, And when that takes off, that can get you like hundreds of thousands of views or thousands of views. It doesn't matter. I mean, when you have no views, thousands would be great because that's viral for you. And then once you get going and, you know, once one takes off, maybe more of them will take off. And then the more videos you do, the better you get on camera. And don't worry about screwing up, because sometimes people like to see that. Even if you have things going on in the background that you didn't expect to happen, like maybe your kids will start acting up back there, or your dogs or pets get into the picture, or if you're in nature, you know, things happen in nature. People love to see that. Don't edit that out. Just let it happen. And if you screw up, you screw up. I mean, I've screwed up on my video. The last one I did, which was the one that I posted today, was a walk and talk about, you know, how, you know, maybe it's not so important to niche down. And I think maybe some of the gurus were wrong, or maybe I just hit on something. But, you know, I started that video off without even having this wireless mic on me. Although the sound from my camera was good, you can hear like halfway through the video or near the end of the video, I turn on my camera, my microphone, and you can hear the difference in the sound. But, you know, even though I've been doing this since 2012, I still screw up. I still sometimes get my lighting wrong. Right now I'm under a tree and it looks like the lighting's really good. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just want to make sure you're in where, you know, the lighting's in front of you somewhat. You don't want it to be like, you don't want the sun directly blasting you, because then it'll be too much light and then you'll be squinting the whole time. But you definitely want the light in front of you. Try to get a wireless mic. I have a Hollyland wireless mic. It has 2 mics, and I can attach it to my iPhone. And it has many different attachments depending on what phone you have. Whether you have an iPhone, old what do you call it? The old, I don't even know. You know, the old type connection. This connection. If you have that, or if you have the regular USB, it has all of that. But you'll get great sound, and I don't worry about, like, there's creators that have these heavy-duty microphones. I've got a USB microphone at home, the Yeti microphone, that's been great. But I love these wireless mics because they just work great. And on the DJI Osmos Pocket 3, I have the Creator Combo Kit, and it comes with this mic here. And what I love about it, I don't ever have to worry about it syncing or anything, because it has this little screen that's showing the audio, and it has a green bar that goes off the top that tells me my audio is working. It also tells me how much time has elapsed since I've been recording, tells me my battery power. It gives me all the information I need. And so as long as you have good quality audio, which really is the most important, even if your video sucks, the audio is the most important, because if they can't hear you very well, then they're not going to watch. And what I like doing also with these longer videos, when they're longer, you know, a lot of people won't necessarily watch you when it's content like this. They'll be listening to you. So the video will be running. Like when I'm at the gym, I'm on the treadmill or I'm working out, I may be watching people's videos, but I'm listening more than I'm watching, because it's something that I can do. And I just, you know, I have kind of ADD sometimes. Like when they want us to watch a Zoom at a particular date and time, I almost can't do it. I have to record it, because I just start to wander off and I want to be doing other things. That's my personal problem, but don't think you can't do this. And I highly recommend, if you're over 50, over 60, heck, even 70 or 80, just do it. What do you have to lose? You can be talking to your camera. Nobody says you have to post it, but I would recommend you post it anyway, because, you know, someday, once you become YouTube famous, you're going to look back on those old videos and you're going to love to post those or point those out to people, because this is how you used to be, and now this is how you are now. And I know I follow Sean Cannell with Think Media. You know, he's one of the guys I've been following for years, and his channel has just exploded. You know, he has a great business. He has a team of people, but you know, he's constantly teaching people on YouTube, and you know, he has videos where he shows how he used to be when he first started. He was terrible. Most people are terrible. I'm terrible, and I'm not even as good as I can be, as I know I can be, the more I practice. And let me tell you this, when I do these kind of videos, I become a better salesperson in my job, because now I don't have all these ums and ahs that I used to do with my videos. Now I'm just talking as if I'm talking to a real person. And it just helps me get my thoughts together. And, you know, the more practice, the more you do something, the better you get. Just like the famous ball players, you know, the basketball players like Michael Jordan, and, you know, anybody that really was big in their field, you think they became an instant success overnight. No, they did all the reps. The golfers, you know, they're always practicing. Even the best of the best ball players, they practice more than anybody else, because they know that the more work, the more reps they put in, the better they're going to get. And that's how they became so successful. And I think a lot of us forget this is also true in everyday life with our work and anything we do. So hopefully you got some good information out of this. I just want you to know that you're getting this info from a true introvert. Like, I didn't even go to my high school prom when I was in high school, because, you know, I was just too insecure. And look at me now. Now, I'm still not the life of the party when I go in bigger crowds. And do I still get stage fright when I'm up in front of people? Yeah, it's still there, but the more I do it, the less scared I get. It's really the working up to actually doing it is the tough part. When I'm up there, I'm not so bad, but it always helps to know the content that you're talking about or the subject matter that you're talking about. When you try to do a speech or get up in front of people and you're not comfortable with what you're going to talk about, that's when you become insecure. So, like I said, the more information you know about what you're talking about, so do something that you really know. Anybody that's over 50, over 60, you know, you have so much life experience. You should know so many things. And don't think that people wouldn't be interested in what you have to say, because you'd be surprised of how many people will watch. Because you got to remember, you know more than the next person next to you or under you. And there's so many new, younger people that don't know what you know, and you just take it for granted. So post those videos, put that information out there. Remember, just think of it as like you're paying it. So my SD card ran out of space, so I had to make this video after I transferred the original file and deleted everything on my SD card so I can start fresh. I should have done that before I started, but I thought I had plenty of room. But anyway, what I was basically saying, you need to, you know, tell your story, give back to people that maybe don't know what you know, and just make the most of YouTube. So let me know if this helped. Let me know where you're at in your stage of career, and have you been thinking about something else besides your current work? What are you going to do once you retire? Are you going to quit work altogether, or do you want to do some kind of side hustle? So let me know in the comments, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button, click the bell to make sure you get notified of a new video that I upload. And I'm trying to do these almost every day. So some days I may miss it, but I'm trying to upload daily. Maybe take a break on the weekends. I'm not sure yet. but I want to do videos every day and as much unedited videos as I can make. So I appreciate you watching and hope you enjoy this. Take care.